looking like a hot mess as per the usual. Fucking hot. Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. I'm going to be doing the ride or die products tag. So basically it is a tag video that was created by Jaclyn Hill, and if you haven't watched her, then where have you been? But she's amazing. She created this tag, and basically there's a whole bunch of different categories like foundation, concealer, and so on and so forth, and in each category you pick your absolute tried and true favorite product. So just before I get started, I have to say that I did switch out a couple of the categories just because, for example, the gloss category, I'm not much of a gloss girl. I don't remember the last time I wore any kind of lip gloss at all, so I'd be a bit of a whack bitch if I decided to like, oh, this is my favorite lip gloss, when really I don't wear lip gloss. So instead of lip gloss, I put in my favorite brow product because I noticed that on Jaclyn's video she didn't include any brow products, so I'm going to be doing that. And then instead of lashes, because if you watch my videos and look at my Instagram, I really don't use that many lashes ever. So instead of lashes, I chose to pick my favorite contour powder because there was a bronzing powder that you had to pick in one of the categories, but I find that bronzing and contouring is kind of different. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first product category is the primer category. I'd have to go with the Nivea Soft Refreshingly Soft Moisturizing Cream. And if you guys have seen any of my videos a little while back, this is the only primer I would use. I guess technically it's not a primer, it's a moisturizer, but I use it as a primer. It was when everyone was going nuts about the Nivea Men's Shaving Balm, Pro-Shaving Balm. Oh my god, I'm sweating so much, it's ridiculous. And I kind of looked at the ingredients on this one and the Post-Shave Balm, and they're pretty much exactly the same, except this one's just got a lot more benefit for your skin because it's a moisturizer, obviously. This is an amazing primer, and also it's really good for the skin, and it's so cheap, so that would have to be my ride or die primer. The next product is foundation, and this one was one of the products that came down to two, the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation, and then it was the one that I ended up picking, L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Foundation. I just find that I've always used these the most, and I've got two different shades, so I have one when I'm pale and I also have one when I've got a tan on. I just think it's a really good foundation, and it's an affordable brand as well. L'Oreal obviously is a drugstore brand. I find that it is a medium to full coverage, really buildable. I feel like it's a really nice satin finish, and I've just always loved this foundation. God, I sound so feral. I've always loved this foundation ever since it came out. I tried it straight away and I loved it, and I still do, and that is my favorite. The next product I'm going to be choosing is from the concealer category. I chose the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I just really love this concealer, and it's so full coverage. It's really amazing, doesn't crease on me, and it's just the perfect shade as well. It really highlights as well as conceals, which I love. Next. So the next category is face powder. Now this one, I feel like it's always going to be my favorite face powder just to set all my cream products, and that is the Australis Fresh and Flawless powder. So this one isn't translucent or anything like that. It does give the tiniest bit of coverage when you set everything, which is why I don't really use it under the eyes anymore, but I do use it pretty much everywhere else. But I really love this Fresh and Flawless powder. I've been using it since I can remember, like way back in high school. This was my favorite powder as well, and it still hasn't changed, and I think I will just love this one forever. So the next product, seriously, my back is sweating like I'm an animal right now. The next category is under eye setting powder, and I don't use like a loose powder to set my under eyes with. Usually I use the Australis Banana powder. This is a really nice pressed powder that is also going to brighten because it's the yellowy shade. I just find it's such a really nice affordable powder that doesn't look chalky, and it doesn't leave like a sheen. It just kind of nicely brightens, and it's going to set your under eyes as well. The next product category is blush. This one was a hard one to pick, but I came down to deciding that MAC's Gingerly was my favorite, my absolute ride or die blush. I am really obsessed with the apricot-y tan kind of blush shades. So it came down to this one or the shade Sincere. They're both pretty much the same. I just find that this one is a little bit darker, but I just really love that these blush shades really work well on light skin or a tanned skin tone, which I'm all about because it's versatile and I like to tan and I'm naturally really pale, so I can wear these anytime I like. So the next category is bronzers, and so I really don't use anything else to bronze. Like actually bronzing, I find that contour shades a whole other ball game, but bronzing, I am obsessed and always have been with the Essence Sun Club bronzer, and that is simply because it works really well for really pasty white skin girls like me, and I just love that it's not shimmery as well. I always found that it was really difficult to get my hands on a bronzer that didn't have any shimmer in it. It's got that warm tone, but it hasn't got that shimmer, which I'm obsessed with. I love it. The next category is the contour powder, and I'm doing this instead of the lash category in case you didn't know. So my favorite contour powder, and this one I feel like is going to be a lot of people's favorite contour powder, is the Hoola Bronzer by Benefit. And as usual, I'm a complete and utter fan of bronzers and contours that do not have any shimmer in it. This one is a lot like the Essence Sun Club one, except it is a lot more of a cool shade, which is why I like to use it to contour, because I don't like using warm colors for contouring. As a lot of you know, shadows on your face aren't really warm toned, you want them to be a cool tone. So that is why I love the Hoola bronzer. Next category is highlighting. So my favorite highlighter was probably one of the most difficult ones to pick. It had to be the Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild palette. I just am obsessed with this. I just think it's so versatile. I feel like you can really create creative looks with this palette as well as a wearable everyday look, which is what I love. I love versatility in my product. So that is my ride or die highlight palette. Obsessed, love. Mascara. So this one was also a category that came down to two different products, but again, you have to think, if you can only pick one, if you had a gun to your head, I would have chosen the Jordana Best Lash Extreme. Now, the first time I heard about this mascara, and I'm sure it will be the same for a lot of people, was because of Lauren Curtis. She used this one religiously when she first started out on YouTube, and that's when I bought my first bottle of this stuff, and from then on I was hooked. But it just makes my lashes go whoo. Lipstick, and of course my favorite lipstick brand of all time is MAC, so it had to be one of my MAC lipsticks, and I ended up picking Velvet Teddy. I know a lot of people love this lipstick. It's like the perfect brown nude, and out of all the nude lipsticks, I feel like a nice dark brown nude is my kind of thing, and this one is a bit more on the warm side, which I really like as well. I feel like I'm always going to come back to my MAC lipsticks. They are my tried and true, and I definitely think that Velvet Teddy is my absolute fave of all time. Now, my favorite liquid lipstick of all time would have to be a new one, but I feel like if I had to pick one liquid lipstick out of my entire collection, then I would definitely have to go with the Kat Von D Bow and Arrow. It's just the perfect cool toned brown nude, and I'm just obsessed with the cool tones on the lips lately. I don't know what it is, I just think it looks so bomb. And I just really love the packaging on these. I love the formula. They're so nice and lightweight. They're gonna last all day long. Anything by Kat Von D that I've tried so far, I'm already obsessed with, and I really haven't been let down by her products at all. Definitely has to be my favorite liquid lipstick. Now, this was another category that I switched out. So this was meant to be gloss, my favorite gloss category, but your girl doesn't wear glosses, so I swapped it out for my favorite brow product. I did end up picking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. And again, I've been using this one for such a long time, a few years now. I always use this in conjunction with the Dip Brow Pomade, but I also feel like I can use this one on its own, and I've never used the Dip Brow on its own. I always have to go in with this first. So I feel like if I had to pick one, it's it's definitely got to be this. It's going to give you that nice sculpted brow. It's not too creamy and not too dry, the formula, so it glides on perfectly and you can get that crisp edge still. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Brows range is just amazing. Like, I love it so much. It really had to be an Anastasia Beverly Hills product. Second last product, and the category is my favorite eyeshadow palette. I feel like there's been so many eyeshadow palettes coming out soon, and every time I buy one it's like, oh my god, this is my favorite palette ever. If I could only pick one, I would have to go with the Morphe 350 Nature Glow palette. I mean, you can really make any kind of makeup look you want with this, especially if you're into the warmer tones. You've got your mattes, you've got your shimmers, and honestly, the shimmer shades in this palette are bloody brilliant. Like, they are almost like foiled shadows. This is definitely a palette I could not live without. Like, could not. Like, I would die. If I ever lost this palette, there would be tears. I'd cry myself to sleep every night until I found it. Okay, the last product category. I know it's sad, we're coming toward the end of the video. Is setting sprays, and I feel as though I've been really hoarding setting sprays recently. Like, I've just become obsessed with them, but my number one could not live without setting spray has to be the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day setting spray, and this is in the peach scent. It smells so good. Anything peach scent is like my favorite. When I spray it on my face, I can almost like feel it working. I love a product where I can actually feel doing something. Actually, let's just spray some now because it's so good. It literally smells so delicious. I can't. Okay, and that is it. That is my ride or die products of all time, and I hope you all can find a favorite among my favorites, and if you do, pop it down in the comments below. Make sure you stay to the end for bloopers. So yeah, I hope you all like this video as much as I enjoyed creating it, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and all that fun stuff, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye guys! It's so fucking hot. Just relax. It's hot. Okay, so just to set all my cream products. I can't even see if it's like fucking, alright, whatever. Then you probably know that it's probably a, this is the one, and the MAC blush in this. Do I need to go to hospital? Am I having a stroke or something? I find it's really hard to find perfect brown nude and nude. Like, I'm always gonna come back. Now I feel like there's been so many eyeshadow I need Jesus right now.